Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a worth the buy or not review on two new products that First Aid Beauty just recently launched. I am so excited. They launched primers. They launched a hydrating primer and then they launched a mattifying primer. So this one right here was sent to me by First Aid Beauty. So thank you, First Aid Beauty, so much for sending this over. This one, I did go ahead and purchase it with my own money on SEPHORA.com. I saw this and it said matte and I was like, I'm not passing any opportunity to go ahead and get this because this is something that I need because you guys know I'm oily skin. So I'm really excited to test both of these babies out because they definitely are something that I'm interested in. You guys know I'm a huge fan of First Aid Beauty products. The Ultra Repair Moisturizer is my go-to. I use this every single day faithfully. It's never done me wrong. You guys know I have sensitive rosacea skin and I just am a huge fan. So if you want to continue watching and see my thoughts on these primers, then please go ahead and continue watching because you're not going to want to miss this. We're going to put these to the test, one side and the other side. So keep watching. Right now, all I have on my skin are my brows. Everything else is bare face because I wanted you guys to really see, you know, what's going on this face. Right now, we're doing really well. I'm really proud of how my rosacea is. Last week, I was having a really bad flare-up, but I want to go ahead and first start off with the Ultra Repair Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer. Now, this is from the same line as the Ultra Repair. So it's an Ultra Repair Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer that is oil-free. It's supposed to help brighten and hydrate and lock makeup in place. So this is what it looks like. Like I mentioned, very similar to the Ultra Repair cream that I like to use. And this one has 1.7 ounces and it is hypoallergenic and it doesn't have perfume fragrances. So no artificial fragrances. And it's been allergy tested for, you know, people that may have those allergies. I think that this is a great size. I also like the packaging, very practical. This is definitely something that's gonna be more geared towards my people that have normal to dry skin. Also, if you have oily skin, this is something that you can consider in case you do have some dry patches on your face. Sometimes what I like to do is apply primer in certain areas and then apply a different primer in other areas, depending on what my face needs that day. So it just really depends on what you want to do with your skin. And now we're going to move on to the next one, which is the Hello Fab First Aid Beauty matte primer. It comes from the same collection that the skin tint comes in. This is my favorite skin tint by First Aid Beauty. They also have an Ultra Repair one, which is really great for people that have dry skin. Once again, it's very hydrating. This one just has worked so well with me. I've taken this on travel vacations. It's all I've worn and it's just phenomenal. But we'll get to that in a second. So this one is the Pores Begone matte primer with fig extract. It is oil-free and it's safe for sensitive skin. You also get 1.7 ounces in here. Okay, so it says that this matte primer creates a smooth-looking complexion that appears pore-free and flawless for makeup or no makeup days. The nutrient-rich formulation contains fig extract, a superfood said to have antibacterial properties, and a property blend of ingredients that work well to help control the skin sebum productions. This clean formulation provides a protective layer between your makeup and the skin, and it's non-comedogenic, so it won't clog your pores. So this is a really interesting one. Everything that it's claiming are things that I want. When I look for a primer, the main things I look for is obviously to keep me more on the matte side because I do have oily skin. Through the day, I produce a lot of those oils, so it really helps when you have something on there. I've noticed that on my no makeup day, when I just go barefaced for the day, I notice that I produce a lot of oils as opposed to when I'm wearing a primer. Even if I'm just wearing the primer with no foundation, no makeup, it really helps keep things in place. So that's why I feel like primer is so important. And I've noticed that difference in myself, especially when I don't wear makeup. So that's just something to know, especially nowadays that I've been kind of more comfortable just going out like this with no foundation because my skin has been acting right. I like to put on primers that are a little bit more mattifying so they can kind of control any of that shine that may want to pop through. I'm going to be doing a wear test, so we're going to be wearing this and comparing to each other the entire day, which I am really excited about. So let's put these guys to the side. And what we're gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna bring you guys in closer so you guys can go ahead and see how this looks on the skin as we apply it. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna go ahead and do before we even apply the primer is definitely moisturize. I wanna make sure that we have a nice, smooth, clean base over my skin. This really sets the tone. And I just love this, and I like it because it doesn't smell like anything. I remember when I first started to have rosacea, I was really sad that every product I would put on my face couldn't have a scent because it was too harsh for me. Because I always liked the, you know, I like having a scent in there. But then I realized, you know what? That probably is so harsh having like synthetic or like artificial fragrances on your skin. So I really appreciate a good product that doesn't have a scent. But you know those products that they say don't have a scent but like smell kind of nasty? This like really doesn't have a scent. It just smells like nothing. So, and then you can see it goes onto my skin like perfection. So that is the Ultra Repair Cream. Now that we have our moisturizer, we're gonna go ahead and first apply the Ultra Repair Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer, and we're gonna apply it on this side of the face. And we are just gonna get straight to it. Okay, so this is what it looks like. You guys can see it looks very, very nice and creamy. It looks like moisturizer, to be completely honest. It has a very fresh smell. Almost like a water fresh scent. Yeah, so one of the main ingredients is water. It has a little bit of glycerin in here. And then it also have fruit extracts of apple and raspberry and apricot. Melon, I do kind of smell the melon. Okay, I have to say this feels really nice on the skin. The consistency of the primer is very smooth, and it almost kind of melts into kind of like a cooling gel-like feel, even though it's not a gel-like primer. It just feels very lightweight. Right now it is the morning, it's like 8 a.m. So this definitely feels good for something to be going on my skin at 8 a.m. It doesn't look greasy or oily. It does claim to be an oil-free formula, so it's nice that it looks this way. My face definitely feels like it's receiving the hydration that it needs. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the Hello Fab Pores Begone Matte Primer. This is the one that I'm like really excited about because you guys know me, I'm an oily hot mess, and I'm always looking for a good matte primer, especially one that's great for sensitive skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit on here. I'm gonna do a little less. You can see it looks very, very similar to the hyaluronic one. This one has a little bit more of a different scent, but I can definitely see this like smoothing my skin and also mattifying it, but mattifying it in a way where it just gently absorbs any of those oils that you may have laying on top of your skin, but not giving you that really tight feel. You guys know that very tight feel is like the worst. I know some mattifying primers have that. Like as soon as you put it on, it's like, oh, but this one doesn't feel that way. Because this is a pore minimizing primer, I am gonna go ahead and target this area right here because that's where I have enlarged pores. So I'm kind of just gently pressing it right into my skin. But I definitely feel this consistency of the pore minimizing matte primer. It definitely feels super smooth, but not like fake smooth. Like, you know those primers that kind of like the Maybelline Baby Skin, it feels really nice, but you can definitely tell that it has something in there that may clog your pores. It doesn't feel like, it still feels like there's room for your skin and you can actually still feel your skin. Okay, so now we have the primers on our skin. Definitely feel the difference between the two of them. They both feel really nice and I feel like they both will cater to different types of skin needs, and that's definitely what matters the most. So now I'm gonna be taking the Triple Protection Skin Tint with the Goji Berry. This does have 30 SPF in here. This is what I like to use for a more light makeup day. And I'm just going to be applying this. This is also in the shade medium. So we're gonna be taking that much. And I'm just using my Morphe sponge. Oh yes, I'm now seeing that it definitely is giving me a matte finish. This skin tint is more so of a medium coverage. It's not gonna cover everything right away. But then again, I'm not going for that extreme, like full coverage today. Like I mentioned, it's gonna be a more light makeup day because I really wanna target the primers. But so far, we definitely see a more matte result. But it looks like I have a powder over my tinted moisturizer. My pores are also very minimized. I can barely see them. Okay, so this side does look a little bit more hydrating. This side definitely, I'm not seeing my pores as well covered as the side where we have on the mattifying Pores Begone primer. I told you guys that when you have foundation, you can tell more if pores are noticeable. So I was like, I need to wait until I have this on. So I'm just pressing the last bit of product on my skin. I feel like it blends very easily with the Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer. It also blends easy with this one, but I feel like right off the bat, as soon as I laid the skin tint onto the mattifying primer, it really gave it a matte effect. Now it's starting to look a little bit more subtle and sunken into the skin and a little tiny bit more skin-like, but you can definitely still see the matte features of this side. I feel like this side also looks really nice in the sense of I'm getting a nice radiance from within, radiance from my skin, and it just makes my skin feel really good. It's good to have that primer as always. Like I've mentioned, it creates a nice base between your skin and also a foundation or skin tint. You never want to put it straight on because that's where sometimes you can end up getting some reactions. What I'm going to go ahead and do now is finish off the rest of my makeup. Then I'm going to come back and give you guys my very first initial thoughts on both of these primers and how they held up during my makeup application. And then we can go ahead and start a day and see how these two compare through the day. Because I feel like that's when we're really going to notice stuff, is through the day when we're really kind of seeing this and how it sets onto the skin. So I'll be right back once I'm done my makeup. Hey guys, so I am back. Right now it is 8:40 a.m. And I quickly want to go on Sephora and just kind of go through pricing and everything, because I did say I was going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I lied. I thought this was $32. It was actually $28, which, to be honest, that's pretty good price. Usually primers are like in their 30s, so that's a really, really good price. $28 isn't bad for a like higher end makeup product in Sephora. But like I mentioned, First Aid Beauty does such a good job of really releasing products that are pretty reasonably priced for Sephora, so that's a plus. Like I mentioned, the Pores Begone matte primer is definitely more for normal, combination, and oily, and it's a lightweight lotion formula. I totally agree with that. It really targets pores, acne, blemishes, and oiliness. I want to read a little bit about the highlighted ingredients. It has salicylic acid, which helps skin appear brighter, improve texture, and minimize the appearance of pores. I definitely saw that immediately. As soon as I've applied this, I feel like it really gave my skin that very nice smooth effect. And like I mentioned, it has the fig extract, which is a superfood that's said to have antibacterial properties. This is free of sulfates, SLS, SLES, parabens, synthetic fragrances. It's vegan, cruelty-free, and gluten-free. So that's the first one, which is the Pores Begone matte primer, and I really quickly want to touch on that one. I feel like it looks really nice on my skin. I honestly feel like this is one of those products that really impressed me, because you guys know I usually can tell right away as soon as I put on a skin tint or a foundation if this is going to give me that good matte effect, and I feel like it really mattified my foundation immediately, but in a very pretty way, in a way that somebody as an oily skin person does appreciate. Oh my god, I actually don't think that they have this one at Sephora because I'm not finding it. Let's see if they have it at Ulta, because sometimes they have certain exclusives that are to Ulta and to Sephora. Okay, so yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that this one, the Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer, is an exclusive to Ulta. And this one right here, the Pores Begone Matte Primer, is exclusive to Sephora. And I actually have noticed that because this line is in Sephora, but I haven't seen it at Ulta. But this line of the Ultra Repair tinted moisturizers, they have it at Ulta. So let's quickly touch on that one as well. That one also is $28. So it's the exact same price, the exact same amount that is in each one of these little bottles. Let me see if it tells me any information. that I want to know. It's pretty much the same thing. I feel like sometimes Sephora does a better job of going in detail with their descriptions than Ulta's website. That's just something that I've noticed. But I definitely feel like both of these are something that I'm really intrigued about. I will be showing you guys how these products look on my skin in natural lighting, because I feel like that can also impact. But thus far, everything looks really nice. To be honest, right now I'm really gravitating towards the matte side. I feel like I noticed more of its claims immediately. I feel like this one, it felt hydrating. It felt really nice on the skin to kind of like freshen up and waking up my skin right away. But as for like benefits or things that it claims, I'm not really seeing anything besides the hydration. There are some parts where I feel like my skin still looks a little bit dry, like on my cheek area. But you guys will see that when I'm up close with my handheld camera in natural lighting. But I just feel like this side as a whole looks really nice. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is carry on with the rest of my day. You guys know I'm a huge fan of First Aid Beauty, so this is just really exciting for me when I can test out some of their new products. So if you guys want to continue watching, then please go ahead and do so, because you won't want to miss and find out which one of these I would recommend to you. Okay guys, so I am back right now. It is 5 p.m. and we're ending at a pretty early time just because I'm about to head out to Soul Cycle. I think you guys can see what's going on with this face right here. I have to say I'm very impressed with the side of the Pores Begone Matte Primer, which is this side right here. I definitely feel like it kept my skin in place and it looks more oil-free than the side where we're wearing the Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer. I know some of you guys saw my Instagram story that I am reviewing this product, so you guys asked if it has like silicone or something like that. This does contain silica, so that's just something to note in case it's something that you do not want in your products. I was just looking at that, but it doesn't contain alcohol. Neither of these contain alcohol, which is a very big thing for me because I don't do well with alcohol in my products. I tend to get reactions from that. This one I feel like is more so if you're looking for those good skincare benefits. I did go ahead and find some more highlighted ingredients on the actual First Aid Beauty website. The first one, of course, is the hyaluronic acid, which is a powerful humectant that really gives you that good hydration and helps reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. The next one is the oatmeal, which helps calm and soothe dry skin, which is one of the key ingredients to the Ultra Repair collection. So if you like that, then you're gonna really enjoy those calming and soothing effects from it. It also has micropearls, which are finely milled minerals with light reflecting properties that amplify skin's natural radiance for a beautiful luminous effect. So that's where we're kind of getting that extra radiance peek through. Now, I don't think it's super duper like intense oils, but it's definitely looks way more oily than this side right here. It does also have an antioxidant booster to help ward off the environmental aggressors with licorice root, feverfew, and white tea extracts. So those are some of the key elements of this hyaluronic hydrating primer. To be honest, I feel like this would serve more so as a skincare element for your skin. I understand that it's more for people that have that dry skin, so I personally wouldn't gravitate to this as a primer for my makeup application. Some people may if they have dry skin or if they're going for that more natural look. I feel like it didn't do anything to my skin that was like, whoa, life-changing, you know what I mean? But I definitely see myself using this mattifying primer a lot because I love how comfortable it felt my skin. I love the good skincare benefits that it offers, especially now that we're moving into spring and summer where I'm going to be wearing less makeup, but I still want a product that's going to make sure that I remain oil-free through the day. Now, I can also see myself wearing this without makeup. You guys know that lately I've been really into that more natural makeup look where I do kind of like a soft glam where I just use a little bit of concealer to spot treat certain areas and then adding a layer of a product that can serve as a nice mattifying base and soak up those oils from the areas of my natural skin. You can check these out at Sephora and Ulta. I'll have all the information listed down below in my description box for you guys, and I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you did because it lets me know to continue doing these types of videos for you guys. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already because I would love for you to become a member of our family here on YouTube because I wouldn't want you guys to miss my fun videos for the world. And also that notification bell, don't forget to hit it so that you never miss a video on my channel, because that's the last thing I would want. And I think that's all. So I love you guys, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.